Hey guys, welcome back to Modern Country Living. This is Sean, and today we're going to take my 2022 Ford F350 Superduty and we're going to install a B&W Turnover Ball Hitch. So here's the way it came. Got two boxes, pretty heavy stuff, but just want to show you. This is the centerpiece that actually holds the hitch ball. It's actuated by a lever arm. And we've got side plates. I'm not going to complain about the packaging, but I'm going to say it did have a hole in it. I did lose some hardware through the shipping process, and I had to wait for some hardware to be shipped in. But very heavy duty. You can kind of see all the different components here. A lot of really heavy duty hardware that comes with it. Everything looks pretty good. I got a couple scuffs that I'll end up hitting with some paint once I get it installed, and then I'm also going to fluid film it once it's secured underneath the truck. If you take a look, again, my brand new 2022 model. I attempted to order it with the factory gooseneck hitch prep package, which puts the hitch in before they put the bed on it, but that was a no-go. Have to do it aftermarket, so that's what we're going to end up doing today. So stay tuned. I'll chronicle some of the journey here. First thing I need to do is take and draw or drill a 4-inch hole in the center of the bed. There's a little dimple there. You can kind of see where it's supposed to go, and that'll be very exciting. Putting a hole in the bed of a brand new truck. But that's what we're going to do to start. All right, stay tuned. There's a dimple in the bed located right here. I'm gonna pre-drill it just to get a little pilot hole, and then we'll run our 4-inch hole saw down through it. That's what the instructions say to do, so that's what we're gonna do next. Kind of painful, drill a hole in a brand new truck, but kind of like drilling a hole in a new boat. And now let's chuck up on this bad boy. Take that down in speed. I'm gonna get over here and make sure that I'm on center. There we go. Okay, so you want to kind of guide it, make sure it doesn't kick out on you. We dropped her down in there. Okay, let's get a vacuum cleaner and we will vacuum this up. Burring tool, I'll use a little sandpaper on that. I am going to get a bed liner sprayed in this, so it'll help. But I'm also going to hit this with some clear coat just to seal up the open end of the cut. Still can have corrosion, even on aluminum. Yep, there we go. Pull that out. Good to know. And gonna stick the mechanism up in there. under here, got my new 1000 lumen HD LED, whatever. And so on the driver's side up in there, I gotta snake this piece. My son's on the outside, and we're gonna run the bolts through, pull it through there. You can see the hole that we made right there, and with the bracket on the other side as well. So let me get this snaked up in there. Get it installed. Okay, on second thought, now that I can see in there a little better and know what I'm looking at, the truck actually has that bracket already installed. So you can see the bolt coming through it. So I do not need to use the bracket they sent, which they said that's true. And then on the other side, it's the same thing. That makes that a little bit more handy. So you can see the bracket up there in the center of the frame. I don't know if that's because it's F350 or diesel or what, but that makes it nice. I don't have to snake anything up behind there. That's good. So I'll just bolt those on, and that makes that a little bit easier. Okay, we got that bracket, which you have to kind of snake up behind there. And you can see, hopefully, the bolt that's up there. And then this bracket, I just placed up here, and it's gonna thread in to the hole up through there and one on the outside. And then we'll repeat the steps on the other side, and then we'll start putting the front and back brackets on. All right, so I got these two brackets on this side. I tightened the first one up. Just want to keep it a little bit loose so you can move things around. So I'm going to tighten this back one here. Again, just keeping it loose so we can move things around. All right, that looks pretty good. Extension on that one. Good. Looks good. Actually, I'm going to loosen that just a whisker. There we go. So, being able to move around, but still a little bit secure. Okay, now we're going to put, what is it, the front? What are we going to do next? Side members, front cross member. So we're going to put the front cross member on the front side, and then we're going to put the rear on the back. Makes sense. And then we're going to slide the center section in. So let's do that.
Crossbar?
Okay, front. All right, so the weld seam is up, they say. And
They hit it well. It's on that side, I think.
yeah, so the weld seam is here. Well, all right, and then there's another piece that goes with it. Okay, so we've got the pieces all put together. So this end piece, the front piece, we've got the bolts through there and the center section. I'm actually using a ratchet strap in the bed. I'll show you a picture of that to lift it a little bit just to hold it on center. And now I need to tighten those bolts and the ones that run along here. Make sure everything's still nice and centered within the hole that's in the bed. And then do the vertical bolts on the sides, do the same thing. Now I can tell you, it was a little confusing. You want to make sure this piece is where it's at, not on the other side of the bolt of the flange. I originally was trying to do that and that did not work. So you got to be on the back side of it, on the back of the truck, because the front is that way. And it does require some finagling. You may need an extra set of hands, a lot of strain on the back and shoulders. And you can see over there, that's the lever arm that's going to connect to the actuation on the hitch. So hopefully you can see all that. Put the light up there. Okay. Let's tighten it down. So we followed the instructions. We tightened all those bolts, upright bolts in the pattern that it said, then the through the frame rail ones. Torqued those down, and then drilled holes for the tie downs, the safety chains. And now we place these springs right here on those, so they're spring loaded. You pull them up, but they're spring loaded down. And then I have some lock nuts that go on the ends of those. And then this portion will be completed. I put the handle on. I didn't say that. I did put the handle on. I need to trim a little bit, I think, of the fender liner, real well liner. Wheel well liner. Yeah, there you go. Been under here a little too long. And then we're going to drill the hole and install the plug, and somewhere back in here it connects. But let's get this locked up here and done, and then we'll move on to the actual 7-way connection. Thanks. All right, we've got this thing fully installed. Everything tightened up. You can see the spring-loaded hooks, U-bolts that connect to the safety chains. Everything's up under here as it should be. Latch mechanism. I don't know if I can reach it from here. Yep, everything slides on that. I'm gonna hit this with some fluid film just to make sure everything's nice and lubricated and corrosion proofed. And then we'll move on to the plug. All right, there you have it. The ball and safety chain tie down U-bolts are in. Now it's time to mount the plug. So we got some instructions here. I bought the Kurt product. This is for the Superduty. And it looks like it's fairly straightforward. It says level of difficulty easy. We can hope. Actually, I think it's just really a matter of drilling a hole, figuring out the connections, plugging it in, ready to rock and roll. So I'm gonna mount this over on the driver's side, and that should work out really well. We got the cable run up into there. It's got a nice loom on it, so it seems pretty heavy duty. And now I need to connect this end. If I can get a hold of it. All right. So Ian, it says the one that goes through the bumper. Is that the one we have to disconnect?
Pretty sure. Only one that makes sense.
All right, I think you're right. So we got to figure out how we want to route it and zip tie it up here. So figure out how we want to do that. And yeah, all right, let's get her done. All right, so we pulled the plug from the truck that was going out to the bumper, plug it into the wiring harness, plug the other end of the harness into the bumper, routed it up and over there, and then boop, up it goes. So I'm gonna probably put one more zip tie over there, and this thing's complete, and I can put the spare tire back. We have done the job. All right, me and my helper here. I don't know, I got some probably grease in my hair.
Metal shavings.
Metal
grease.
shavings. All right, we got it done. I got the ball back in there. So this is the B&W Turnover, so I can just run the latch on the other side, pull the ball out, flip it over, place it down in there. We got the connector in the bed, got that all taken care of. So we're done. We're gonna clean this thing up and call it a day. Looks like it took us about, I'm just trying to see the thing here.
4 hours.
So we got out here around 1, it's 4:30. So with all the things we did, not too bad. I'd say that was a project worth doing on our own. Hope you liked what you saw here. If you did, maybe hit subscribe and throw the big thumbs up on there and leave me a comment. Take care. Bye-bye.